All right. Wow. I am glad that I finally got around to finishing this game. It's a really good one. I can't believe I actually didn't finish it the first time around. Things really picked up at where I left off, which was chapter 16. For those of you who may not know, that is the chapter where you boarded the airplane. Well, you were trying to get onto the cargo plane. So that's where I left off originally. This game was a lot of fun, as are all the Uncharted's. One thing that really bothered me about it, though, is I struggled a lot with it. Granted, this is me coming back to the PlayStation 3 after having not touched it for, oh, I'm not sure. I think Prototype 2 was the last playthrough I did on it. And that was somewhere around a year ago. Maybe less. Maybe sometime around like November or whatever of 2012. But it's been a while. But coming back to this game and trying to play it, I struggled a lot with the aiming. You may have noticed that I seem to die a lot during the gunfights. Not all the time, just the majority of the time. I'm almost ashamed to say how many times I've actually died in this game. Going back and looking at the statistics, we're saying maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 times. I don't know. I'm just pulling that number off the top of my head. Last time I checked, I died like 68 times. But I don't know if that's just this playthrough or all playthroughs that I've done. Because it very well could be all playthroughs. I also didn't find all the treasures, collectibles. I found most of them. I think I found about half of them. Which is not too bad for playing the game blind. Well, the majority of it blind. But anyway, yeah. Like I said originally, great game, very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to The Last of Us. I think that I'm probably going to do a similar style of gameplay with this because the game is supposed to be sort of a survival game. Some people dub it as survival horror. I don't think it's really horror, it's just pure survival. The infected that you fight are in some way similar to zombies that you may find in other games, but they're not zombies because they're not actually dead and come back to life or whatever. But yeah, that game is similar to this in, well, it may not be as cinematic, but it is sort of cinematic, and a large portion of what makes the game interesting, scary, fun from what I've been able to see and learn about the game is the atmosphere. They don't have a lot of music in there. It's really quiet. Part of that is to instill a bit of fear. I've watched some videos of people like Adam Sessler. It's the only name that comes to mind. He's with Rev 3 Games, and he got some hands on. He said that the game left him shaking after a little while. Not because he was like afraid or anything, but it was just riding this adrenaline high for a very long time, and it kind of can do some stuff to you. So I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to do what I did with this game, where I sat down day 1, played chapters 1 through 9. Day 2, I played chapters 10 through 18 or 19 or something. And then day 3, which is today, I've gone back and started at chapter 17, I think, and played to the end of the game. Currently I'm sitting at 2 hours and 37 minutes of recording time so far on this part. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do these long gaming sessions with The Last of Us like I am doing here. Oh, but good grief, I am so looking forward to that game. The other game that I'm majorly looking forward to this year is Watch Dogs on the PlayStation 4. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a PlayStation 4. I've set money aside, and I have it waiting for when the release date of the PlayStation 4 is announced. But if this is anything like with the PlayStation 3 release, it was nigh impossible to get your hands on one for like the first, 6 months that it was out. So I will try my best to get my hands on a PlayStation 4. I'm moderately good friends with one of the managers at the local game store that I attend, that I go to, and so I can maybe work something out where I can get my hands on one. But I've signed up with 4 or 5 different companies trying to get release information on when they're actually going to be shipping out these consoles. So Watch Dogs on the PlayStation 4, that will probably be my next big LP that I do. Let's see. I do have some plans for some LPs between now and then. We're looking at several trilogies that I'd like to play. There's The Witcher that I would like to do this summer, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. There's also Mass Effect trilogy that I'd like to play. But again, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to settle down and play a game that has several hundred hours worth of content. I do have some other games like Tomb Raider. There's a game that comes out soon, or it's already out, I'm not sure. It's Remember Me. I'm uncertain because it's a completely new IP. I'm waiting to see how the reviews come in on it, to see whether or not I actually pick up this game. I really want to, but I'm concerned that there's going to be day one bugs that cause a lot of issues with it, and so I'm just kind of waiting on reviews. I'm ashamed to say this, kind of not really ashamed. I've been burned multiple times over the last few months on some of the new games I've purchased where they weren't even close to living up to the hype that was generated for them. Part of that may lie on me because I may have overhyped the game to myself. Part of it may just be the game wasn't as good as they had led us to believe. And I'm worried that Remember Me may be one of those games. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of some sort of a hybrid between like Mirror's Edge. The combat reminds me a little bit of Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. The game also reminds me a little bit of Deus Ex Human Revolution, because you've got sort of a cyberpunk setting where you're wandering around. You've got the ability to remix memories. Basically going into somebody's mind and changing the way that they remember certain things. In the one case I've seen, you use it to cause a man to become severely depressed and commit suicide because he's under the impression that certain things happened in his life that changed it greatly and made it just a total lack of desire to actually continue living because of the changes that you introduced. So yeah, that game is one I'm looking at, and it comes out I think the end of May, beginning of June, I'm not sure. But The Last of Us comes out June 14, unless they push the date back again, which I doubt they'll do. Then you've got another game that I'm picking up, Heavy Rain. I know a lot of people are probably familiar with the game. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to post gameplay of it. I'm going to record myself, play the game, but if I decide not to upload it, I won't. This game is very quick time event heavy, and because of that, I don't know that I'm going to be very interested in posting it. But there's another game coming out by the same company that I am interested in, and I wanted to just kind of get a feel of how they do a game. And the game that they're doing that's coming out is called Beyond Two Souls. I think that's what it's called. It's called Beyond, I know that, but I can't remember. I think the subtitle is Two Souls. And it looks like it could be a very interesting game as well. But I'm not sure. I think that one comes out in like October. And Batman. But Batman Arkham Origins, that comes out also like October-ish. And I'll probably be getting that on... I'm not sure which console. I am really leaning towards PC, but I may go with Xbox 360 because I like the controller better. Or I could play with a controller on PC. That's another can do. But we'll see. We'll see what I do with that. Anyways, I've been rambling forever now. It's been about 11 minutes. So, thank you all for listening, sticking around this long. I'm probably going to draw my rambling to a close now. I hope that you've enjoyed the Uncharted series. Finally getting around to finishing part 3, or the Uncharted 3. Be sure to check out some of the other videos on my channel. I have a lot of videos. Last count that I looked at was 970 some videos. So, there's a lot of content for those of you who are interested in various games, and there's definitely more to come. I just listed off several games that I'm looking forward to playing over the rest of the year. So, oh, sorry, just thought of something else that just, oh, I watched a recent trailer for the new Metal Gear Solid game. Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, I think is the subtitle on that one. That's another game franchise that I'm interested in playing through. But I'm concerned that I may not be anywhere near good enough to do this game series justice. I've played the first one a little bit. Tried to play the third one. This may be one of those games I actually have to play on easy just to get through the dang thing. We're looking at let's see, here's Uncharted, or Metal Gear Solid 1, there's Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, Peace Walker, which is a, I don't know if I can get that one on console or not. I know they did a HD remastering. I think Peace Walker was in there, but I'm not sure. And then there's 4, which I already own 4, but I haven't played very much of it just because I was that bad at the game. But that's another game franchise that I may consider diving into and playing. But it is very cinematic heavy, and I mean very. It's almost depressing the amount of movies that they have in there. Anyways, auto-saving. Yeah, anyways, that's it. Rambling way too long. Thank you all for watching. Please check out some of my other videos, and I will see you later.